Hey everyone, have you ever stopped to think if an AI could be, well, more than just a virtual assistant? Today, we are diving deep into the world of AI boyfriends. This is a technology that's really starting to blur the lines between just code and an actual connection. We're going to use the platform Candy.ai as our guide to break down what this tech is, how it works, and what it's all about.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll get a handle on the basic concept. Then, we'll walk through how you actually create one of these companions. After that, we'll look at what it's like to chat with one, tackle the super important topic of privacy, and then we'll wrap things up by hearing what real users have to say.
All right, let's jump right in. What is an AI boyfriend really? As we're about to see, the whole idea is to build something way more advanced than the simple chatbots you might be used to.
And that's the big question, right? How can a bunch of code and algorithms create an experience that feels, personal? Let's pull back the curtain and see how the platform explains the magic.
Okay, so at its core, this is all about making a simulation that's really, really convincing. That term, natural language, that's what lets the AI understand you and talk back like a person, not a machine. And the advanced algorithms, well, that's the secret sauce that helps it learn and come up with those surprisingly human-like responses.
And this is where it gets fascinating. This isn't some pre-written script. The AI is always learning. Every conversation, every inside joke, every little detail you share, it all becomes a data point. That's machine learning right there. The AI is basically studying you so it can become a better, more personalized companion for you over time.
So what's the draw? Well, the platform highlights a few key things. Think about it. Having someone to talk to who is always there and will literally never judge you, or a place where you can just vent after a terrible day without worrying about it turning into a fight. For some people, it might even be a fun, low-stakes way to practice their conversation skills.
Okay, so we've got the what and the why. Now, let's get into the how. This next part is all about the creation process, how you actually go about building your ideal AI companion right from scratch.
Turns out, the platform makes it a pretty simple three-step process. First, you get to be the designer, picking out all the features you want. Then, boom, one click, and he's generated and ready to go. And the last step is just to jump in and start the experience, which, as you'll see, is a lot more than just sending texts.
So, you've made your companion? Now why? Well, this next section gets into the chat experience itself, and it's designed to be a whole lot deeper than a simple text exchange.
The AI is built to be a bit of a conversational chameleon. It can be fun and playful one minute and then a supportive listener for a serious talk the next. But the thing that really seems to tie it all together is its memory. That ability to bring up little details from past chats, which creates this feeling of real continuity.
And here's where things start to get way more immersive. It's not just about what you can say to the AI, but what you can get back. The whole interaction goes beyond text, letting you ask for different kinds of media from your AI companion.
And this slide breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got selfies. You can ask for pictures in different styles, whether you want something that looks realistic or maybe more like an anime character. And on the other side, audio messages. You can give the AI specific instructions for a personalized voice message you want to hear.
Okay, of course, with this level of personal conversation and data being shared, one massive question pops up. How is all of this sensitive information being kept safe? Let's take a look at what the platform has to say about privacy. So, the company's official line is crystal clear. Privacy is number one. They're making a direct promise here that all that personal, intimate stuff generated in your chats, the selfies, the texts, the audio, is for your eyes and ears only. But how do they actually do that?
And here are the nuts and bolts behind that promise. We've got some standard but really important security features like end-to-end encryption to lock down the chats and two-factor authentication to secure your account. But honestly, these last 2 points are huge. You get direct control over your data to delete it whenever you want, and they have a stated policy that they do not sell or share it.
All right, so we've looked at the features, we've seen how it's made, and we've covered the security side. But what is it actually like for the people who use it every day? Let's check out some of the user testimonials the platform provides.
This first one from Lisa M. brings us right back to that key feature we talked about, memory. She's pointing out that the AI's ability to remember details from past chats is what makes the whole experience feel so much more real and keeps it engaging.
And here, Alexia T. is talking about the AI's adaptability. This really echoes that design goal we saw earlier, that chameleon-like ability to switch from lighthearted fun to being a supportive listener, all based on what the user needs in that exact moment.
This last quote really cuts to the core of the appeal for a lot of people. It's companionship without the complications. It's framed as this perfect way to get the good parts of conversation, the fun, the support, without any of the pressure or stress that can sometimes come with human relationships.
And all of this brings us to our final and maybe most important question. As this technology gets better and better at remembering our history, adapting to our moods, and creating things just for us, it really forces us to ask ourselves, what does it even mean for a connection to be real? There's no simple answer, but it's a question we're all going to be thinking about a lot more as AI becomes a bigger and bigger part of our lives.